Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Real Life Conversations with Israel and Vongai. It's always a good time, when we come just to share, just to talk about marriage, just to talk about couples, just to talk about relationships. It's always a good time. It makes us feel very good, makes us feel very happy. I'd like to greet my beautiful wife, Vongai.
You don't have to do it all the time.
I like to greet you. You're so beautiful.
No, you don't have to say my beautiful wife
This is one
all
of
the
the
time.
platform that I want to express how beautiful you are.
Okay.
So it's always a good time that I share it. How are you, my beautiful wife?
I'm all right. How are you guys? It's always good to see you and hear from you. Oh my goodness. I'm enjoying the hearts and the likes that you're sending on our status, on our Facebook, on our Instagram. It's really so motivating, all these comments that you are sending. It means a lot for us, and it motivates us to keep on working and pushing and researching and sharing more about our life. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ongai. So today, we've got an interesting topic that we want to talk about, which is navigating our differences and how to resolve conflicts in marriage as couples. So
Not only in marriage.
just, in relationships as a whole.
Yeah.
All
Even maybe even in business,
Okay.
dating, everything. Not only in marriage.
Yeah. So, like Ongai, when we talk about navigating differences, conflict resolutions, and that, what comes to your mind? What do you think about?
I think if you're going to get something out of this podcast, what I can say to you is that I believe that conflicts are as a result of differences which are not met, which are not heard, which are not resolved. So if we have a difference and then we don't resolve it or talk about it, that will result into a conflict which may not be resolved. I can start differences. Today, we want to mostly help those, especially who are dating. Because when you're dating, that's when you see a lot of differences. When you're dating, you've got certain expectations. You're looking for someone. For example, I can give example of myself. When I was praying for a husband, when I was looking for a husband, I had a certain guy in my own head that I was looking for, and a certain way of doing things that I wanted to do things.
Okay.
I was raised in a Pentecostal church. There's a certain way of doing things. How you go to the pastor when a guy once he sees you, they go to the pastor first after going to the pastor, and then they come to you and all that and everything and whatnot. So when I met you, and then when I told you that, if you want to go out with me, you have to go to my pastor, you laughed at me. You're like, me going to a pastor, it's not like I want to go out with your pastor. I want to go out with you. So you go tell your pastor that I want to go out with you, and then that's it. So imagine if I had received the confirmation from God that you are the one. I met a guy who is well known in town, a guy who was brought up in a different setup. You were brought up in an apostolic setup. I was brought up in a Pentecostal setup. Our beliefs, we are both Christians, but the way we do things are completely different. Imagine if I had not received the confirmation that you were the one with all those differences. Me imagining myself, so if I go out with this guy, if he marries me, does it mean I have to change my church? Does it mean I have to change my way of life? Does it mean that I have to shave my head? A lot of things would start spinning. Even though I knew that you were the one, I started thinking all of those things coming into my head. So how are we gonna live? What is it that gonna happen? And everything, all those differences. If I didn't know better, if I didn't have the confirmation, I was probably going to miss out on the guy who was going to marry, who was going to be my life partner, the guy who I have right now. So it's very important when you're dating, when you're looking for a partner, not to be too rigid and to be too specific on certain things that it's supposed to happen this way. The person's supposed to look this way or whatever. What you are looking for, what you want might not be what God had in store for you. Because for myself, I was looking forward to seeing a guy from my own kind of setup, from a Pentecostal setup, who will go to the pastor and do whatever. But God did a completely different thing for me. A completely different guy for me.
Just to add on to what you were saying, one thing that we need just to be clear right from the start is that differences are not a problem.
Exactly.
Differences are actually what makes us who we are.
Exactly.
Difference
Exactly.
is is something that is actually good to be different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you and me and you, we just think the same. We
Yeah.
just fall in the same.
Exactly.
One way or
Exactly.
the other, we're going to fall into just one
Yeah.
same pit because we're
Exactly.
just going to go direct to that same,
Exactly.
fall, and both of us will fall.
Exactly.
But if we are different, me and you,
Yeah.
you say, "Easy, I think we are going the wrong direction."
Yeah. Exactly.
Then we'll go say, "I don't know, guy, maybe let's try it."
Yeah.
Then in that discussion,
Yeah.
because of our differences that we have in how we're going to resolve that, differences
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
have, it will help us to come up with a proper, clear solution. So there's nothing wrong with having
Yes,
differences.
exactly.
But what we're going to be discussing mostly is how do you navigate those differences
Exactly,
as a
exactly,
couple?
exactly.
How do you find common ground
Exactly.
amongst those differences? Yeah.
You know, the problem is people want to date themselves.
Okay.
I want someone who believes the same thing that I believe. Who I have a doll, a munchkin of mine that I have made that I want to date. Someone that I have made in my own head.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
who resembles my father's character or my mother or your mother's character or whatever, which is not it.
Yeah.
But being different makes things interesting.
Yes, yeah.
Like I was saying, that I was at an advantage of saying that I had that confirmation that she was the one. Imagine you don't have that confirmation, you do not know that this person is the one, you will miss out. So it's very important to give yourself time to know someone, to accept someone with their differences. Especially, I know that the Bible says that do not be unequally yoked. I'm not saying go and grab someone who is of different faith. You never know, maybe it will work out. But I'm saying that we are both Christians. We are all Christians, but sometimes the package will not come wrapped in the way that you expect or the way that you want it to come in. So it's very important for you to unwrap like an onion, peel out all those dirty things, and you will never know what's inside until you come to the inside. So don't be quickly to judge someone, to pull off someone and say, no, this one is not right, this one is not the right one for me, this one is not okay for me because of this and that, because of small things, of small differences. So because if we don't resolve it from the start, we don't talk about those differences from the start, when you get married, when you get into marriage with that kind of setup or kind of mentality in the marriage, that's when conflicts will start arising.
Yeah.
Because you didn't resolve. I was thinking that I'm going to change him. When we get married, I'm going to change him and make him into the man that I want.
Big mistake,
exactly. You cannot change someone. You will be telling yourself, maybe it will change later. Maybe what you see is what you get.
Because the problem when you want to change someone, they're going to turn up to be something completely different than what you thought. Because once you remove whatever makes them who they are, they become completely different person. And the thing that's going to happen is you are not going to love that new person.
And
so it's always the best to try to accommodate and choose wisely before you even commit, like what you said last time.
Because that's what makes a lot of marriages suffer. You know what? That's when they say a guy who does not lie, who does not have play tricks or whatever, cannot get married. So if you do not allow your partner to unravel themselves, to show their true color, because you're trying to mold them in a certain way, when you get inside the marriage, then conflicts start popping up. You're not the guy the woman that I wanted to marry. You're not the guy that I expected to marry. The things that you were saying were different. So it's very important to allow your partner to be the person that they are. You never hid the person that you were to me. You showed me that I enjoy going to the club. I enjoy this kind of thing. I like this and that and everything. And you never hid yourself. And I was true and pure about what I wanted, the kind of life that I wanted. You don't have to hide. So it's very important. So we are trying to make sure that before you get inside the marriage, you understand each other. You accept that we are different. We are different people. We are people from different worlds with different beliefs and everything. So that when you get inside the marriage, you minimize conflicts and fights because you understand the person that you were getting married to before you got married. You understand what you were putting. I remember when I went to my pastors. To tell them, their wives and everything, to tell them that I've met this guy, so he's not from our church, but he wants to marry me and whatnot. They said, no, it's okay, since you have not done anything with him, whatever, it's okay, you can come to us. And then one of the pastors' wife said something to me, like he said that, you see this bench, he gave me as an example of a small bench. You see this bench, It's like you're taking an elephant out there and bringing it into the house to sit on this bench. Do you think this bench will survive if an elephant sits here? Imagine if I had not known that you were the one with all those comments. And so when you are dating, when you are in love with someone, a lot of thoughts, a lot of people will have their own views, their own. Yeah. So if you are not decisive, if you do not know what you want, you end up missing out. You end up fighting with your person. You end up leaving your person because it's not about you. You do not know exactly what you want. So it's very important. And I told them that I understand where you're coming from, but this is someone that I've prayed for. And God has confirmed that this is the right partner for me. Maybe yourself, you do not have that confirmation or that relationship or a way of communicating to God to know which one is the person that you want. But your heart will tell you, if you believe that this is the right person for me, I like this person, I want to give this relationship a chance. Don't allow noises out there, people out there to try. It's okay to have guidance. People to tell you it's okay. Let them come and tell you. Don't shut people out. Let them share their views, their opinions about your relationship and guide you and whatever. But you must be a person who is decisive, who knows what they want. Because if you get married for other people, or if you choose a partner based on what other people are saying to you, when you get inside the house, then conflicts start arising. Because you didn't marry this person for yourself and you didn't choose this person for yourself. You did what you were told to do. You did what you thought was going to please other people. But those people are not the one who are going to live with this person every day. You are the one who is now facing that person that you chose for others, that you chose to impress your friends, your family, whatever. No, I'm in a certain class. No, I'm a certain person. So I must choose a certain person. People will hype you. Yeah. They'll tell you, no, as for you, you must choose a lady who's like this, or that, or sorry, so no, that's not your class. No. You must set your heart. Know what you want. Yes, they might tell you, no, it's the same class. No, it doesn't matter to be different. They might be on a higher class or a lower class than you, or middle class or whatever. But those differences don't matter if you love someone, if you know what you want. Because most of the conflict, the fights that we have is because of the choices that we make, the foundation of the relationship that we had. It was built on a wrong foundation. As a result, you get inside the house, conflict starts popping, start arising. So we have to make sure, now before we talk about those in the marriage, we have to try to help those who are not yet in. Okay. That whatever choice that you make, your differences must not stop you from choosing the right partner, must not stop you from exploring, from trying someone. Maybe they are from a Catholic setup, you are from a Pentecostal setup, whatever setup, I don't know. I know it might not, this thing might not go well with other people. They believe that if I'm a Pentecostal, I must get married to a Pentecostal. If I'm a Apostolic, I must get, because of their beliefs and whatever and limitations. But I got married to an Apostolic person, and I was a Pentecostal person. But look where we are right now. Our marriage is beautiful,
maybe
and
just
it's
to
working.
add on to what you are saying, the reason why people try to say, let's try to avoid marrying from different like that, is because they want to just avoid that conflict, like what we have just from the word go. Because they are saying already, you guys, if you get married from this, coming from the same, maybe same faith, you easily, get along very well, because you were being taught the same in Sunday school, the same teachings, everything growing up. So it might be easy for you. But let it not limit you. Maybe if you want to get married or something, then you get limited. You say, oh, I have to look for someone from my church. Exactly. I have to, then you get limited, because it would then depend with how many people are in your church. And for those people who are there, do they love you also as well? Or do you love them as well? Or otherwise, if you try to force it, you end up just getting someone for the sake of getting someone. But one thing also that I want to add to what you said, Vongai, is that there's nothing also wrong when, you get advice from your elders, from the people around you, from your family and everything about the choice that you're about to make. But what you need to understand, like what Vongai was saying, is to make sure that the final decision of choosing that person is your decision.
Based on all the information that you've gathered.
Take all that information and with a sieve, analyze it on your own. Take it to do your due diligence on your own. And see, okay, they said this about this person. Is it really true? Research about it. Exactly. They say this person
and
does
talk
this.
To your person,
they
ask
say
them.
This person, find out. You are still dating.
Exactly.
So you can be open with each other, ask each other and everything.
Yeah, because this is a lifetime commitment that you're going to make.
Depending with how your partner responds to how you're asking,
Yeah.
already you can start getting the clues to say,
And also, it's
is it
important
gonna
how
be
you
okay?
ask. Don't be
Yes.
accusing them.
Yes, yeah.
If you start by asking someone like you're accusing them, the response also might also
Yes, yeah.
come in a different way, in a different wrapping paper because of the way that you ask. My girlfriend, my babe. I heard people are saying this thing. They're saying that you once aborted a baby, child. Is it true? I don't know. I just heard people saying. But if you go like you are attacking them or calling them names or whatever, the way you ask, also the way you try to find out, to learn about your partner. Don't have written 20 questions on the book and make it as if you are interviewing them or you're interrogating them. Let it just flow naturally. The way you learn about your partner, the way you know about your person and all that. And don't be quick to also rule out or to dismiss people who are trying to help you, who are trying to tell you about your person or whatever. Allow them, let them, oh, it's okay, Mama, I understand where you're coming from. So. And so because sometimes you might rule out actual people who are actually trying to help you out of a wrong relationship for you. So it's important. I listen to all the advice. And for that matter, like what we're saying, that maybe in that church, maybe there are not people who are your age or who are ready to marry you. In our church by that time, there was only one guy. And there were a lot of girls
there were about
10 girls in church, and only the guy who was mature enough to marry by that time was only one. And what were we gonna do with one
so
guy?
you're all fighting for that guy?
No, not fighting. But I'm just saying an example, giving an example like what you said, that probably in that setup there's no. So it's very important to have a relationship with God. To pray about it. Yes, people have said this. Yes, I've heard that. But what is the Holy Spirit saying? What does God say about this relationship? So it is very important for you to pray about your decision, to pray about the person that you are dating, so that God will reveal themselves to you. Because we 2 years in marriage, 1 year in marriage, 6 months in marriage, people are already coming back. Asking,
like like what you say,
we are fighting about this, we have problem about that, this is happening and everything. Like you have just been there for 1 month, because you didn't get your time to learn about each other, to accept your differences in the thought that you're saying that he's gonna change, he's gonna become a better man, he's gonna stop whatever tendencies that they have.
It's difficult sometimes to manage, like when you're managing conflicts, especially like, for example, if you are still dating, for example. It's sometimes difficult because you are still new into this, finding, But one thing that I need you to understand is that even while you are dating, if there is a challenge or any issue that is arisen, that has happened, the way you are going to solve it amongst the two of you is very important. You need to listen to it, you need to calculate it, and analyze it deeply. As a person, even as individuals amongst the two of you. Because what happens is, the way you manage that conflict, the way you manage that situation, it will determine also how you manage even when you get married yourself. So it's very important to see how your partner is responding, how they are reacting,
exactly.
what they are saying, the words coming out of their mouth, and how fast they are coming. Because one thing that is very important whenever something happens, could be before you get married or even after you get married, is if you just say what's coming out of your mind is immediately in the heat of the moment, you're going to get yourself in trouble, because you just keep saying things that you're not supposed to say. But one thing that I found it helps me as well is, even if I'm fighting with you, I'm having an argument with you, even if I feel in my side I want to say this, I have to think it first. I have to take it down. And when I say, I cannot say this, I think, ahead of it to say, if I say this, it will mean this. And she's probably going to respond this way. So you have to make sure you quickly put it in your mind. Quickly get yourself into her shoes. Find out if she says this to me, how am I going to feel about this? So one key ingredient or one key thing that you need to do is to first think before you say it out.
Exactly.
Because that way it will help you to avoid saying unnecessary words that will be, difficult for you to to retrieve back.
Yeah, that's very important. Like you were saying, I before I take a conversation to you or an argument to you or a confrontation to you, I first have the conversation by myself, with myself. I'll ask myself, okay, if I say this to Israel, how is he going to respond? If he responds this way, what am I going to say? If he says this way, what I first think about it. If I put it this way, he might respond this way. It might not end way. He might hear this when I'm trying to say that. Before I even take it to you, I take it to God. I have a conversation with God. God, so this happened with my husband. So I'm just trying to find a way to talk to him, how to put it across to him. I need your help. So this is what happened. I have a conversation in my head with God, or sometimes I even say it out loud. Okay, God, this is what happened. Like I told you that I always go back to the source when I have problems, when I have something that I don't like. I go back to the source. I'm like, God, I'm back. Your guy is so. How do you do this? So it's very important for you to try to think, to say it, because I always say myself that I don't want to say things to you that I don't want you to say to me. I wouldn't want to ask you questions or to speak to you in a way that I don't feel comfortable if you do the same to me. If you say the same things to me, I want to make sure that I will be okay with it. If you come to me with a question, I shouldn't mind if you ask me the very same question. So that's very important, to just allow yourself to say, okay, before I go, before I say this, is this, or how is this gonna sound? How is my partner going to take it? So, all right, now getting into marriage, conflicts, how to resolve conflicts. The most important thing that you have to understand, that you have to know, is that you are different people. Besides the fact that he's a man and I'm a woman, we are different people. We are the people who are cut from a different tree altogether. Even if you are from the same church, you went to Sunday school together, you went to youth together, everything together, you grew up in the same neighborhood, you are still different people. If you want to have a better marriage, to have a better life, first thing that you have to accept is we are different. You and me are different. I can talk to people about us. The kind of movies that my husband considers funny, the kind of comedy that Israel considers funny, it's not funny to me. I'm like, why is this guy laughing? This is not funny. What he considers funny to me is not funny. His kind of movies, some of them, I don't like these kind of movies. But sometimes I have to compromise. But the only movie that I couldn't compromise or watch, The Walking Dead. I tried, I was watching with one eye open. I'm like, okay, I'll just watch with him. I'm like, no, baby,
but you should watch it.
This one I cannot watch.
You missed out on that one.
Exactly.
It's not about what you are seeing. It's about the storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
What happens?
You see,
what is it about? That's what you should focus more on.
So you see, that's also another way of resolving conflicts. Sometimes it's because I don't understand where you are coming from. So if you just come to me and tell me, Vongai, we are doing it this way. We are going to do that. We are going to send money to so and so. We are doing this. We are using this money for that. Without trying to explain to me and helping me understand, I'll probably say, no, we are not giving that person money. No, we are not doing that. We're not doing it that way. But if you try to help me understand, okay, I want you to send our money to this uncle, because when I was growing up, this is the uncle who took care of me. He was the one who paid my fees and everything and whatnot. So they say they are in need. We need to send them this money. So. That way, if you put it that way, I'll be like, no, it's okay, baby. Send them money. But if you just come to me and say, I'm sending money to Uncle Joe, I'm like, who is Uncle Joe? Why are you sending money to Uncle Joe? It's not happening. So trying to understand, opening up and speaking to your partner, and it helps them. It minimizes conflicts. Because sometimes, especially for men, because of your pride and your ego, sometimes you just come with things, with ideas, and you want them to go without explaining, without telling your wife, without telling them why we are doing these things. It doesn't make you a man just trying to push things or force things on your wife. There are so many things that as couples, as married couple, we could have achieved. But because of the way you bring it, the way you say it, your partner will just kill it. Head off. Because of the way you put it. So it's very important to try to explain yourself, to try to start from the bottom and explain to your partner, okay, this is what I was thinking for us to do. Don't say, I want us to do this. No, this is what I'm thinking. Especially for us women. Maybe a man can have that tone, but for me, I'll be like, baby, I was thinking of this. What do you think? I lay it down to you, I explain it to you. This is this, it will benefit us this way. The man will come from where? But sometimes if you just come and boom, an idea or something, you say, I've already done it, or we are going to do this, or without bringing it properly, without explaining it, without talking it properly, conflicts will start rising, and you will never go anywhere as a partner, because whatever you bring, it will be crushed.
Yeah.
Whatever, because
So-
you are not accepting your differences. You are not trying to put it across in a way that your partner understand, in a layman's way, in someone, maybe your mind is more mature, maybe you're more educated, or maybe you're more spiritual. We are in a different ways of whatever. You might think that, no, me and my husband, we understand each other. No. I'm a hopeless romantic. He likes action, but doesn't mean that he doesn't like watch romance with me. And it's very important, to try to meet halfway. Imagine you are in a marriage with someone who is always holding the remote. It's Z World. We are watching Z World in this house 24/7. Or we are watching Netflix, whatever it is. You don't get a chance to watch whatever you want. Also, so it's important to meet halfway. Maybe you will like soccer. There's a game that is playing right now, whatever match it is, and your wife will be like, no, my movie is coming up. No, it's important to try to accommodate each other, to try to meet halfway, to say, okay, baby, I know you like your match. Sometimes you'll be like, he's always going outside, he's always going to the pub to watch the soccer, he's never here. Have you ever tried to watch the soccer with him? Have you ever tried to understand why he watches what you want to watch? Have you ever tried to say, oh, baby, you like Z World, what is it that you are watching? What is it that you are learning from there? How does it help you? Why do you like it? So conflict, there are things that can actually be resolved if you try to listen to each other. If you try to understand each other, why do they think the way they think? Why do they want things to be done the way they want them to do? Want them done? By just communicating and talking, you can minimize conflicts. Or I know you cannot do away with them, but they can be minimized if you communicate and try to meet halfway and understand, appreciate, accept that we are different.
Yeah, because one thing that you need to understand, as a couple, or even as when you get married, actually, is that whenever you have an argument, whenever you have an issue, it doesn't necessarily mean one of you has to win.
Exactly.
Because I've noticed that
it's not a competition.
Yeah, you try to find out. I have to be the one with the final say. My word has to be the one to go. So the moment you get to that, situation where each and every one of you is saying, win. I am going to be the win. My word is what goes. Then you've already lost the plot.
Exactly.
You need to understand that the two of you are a team.
Exactly.
The two of you have to work together.
Towards the same goal.
You are working towards the same goal.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is just to see if whatever the other one is saying, listen to it.
Yeah.
Both of you analyze it. Give the pros and cons of whatever your idea is. Listen to your other partner as well. Let them give you the pros and cons of whatever they are doing. So eventually, if you then sit down, you find out maybe at least you're on your own. After you finish that discussion, you're just there chilling on your own. You start thinking it in your mind. You say, but what Vongai was saying was okay.
Exactly.
Or maybe what Izzy was saying, I think was okay.
Exactly.
Then the next time you talk about that thing, you say, okay, baby, I think what you say, let's do it. You've lost nothing because at the end of the day, whatever it is that you were trying to agree on is for the benefit of the two of you. So you find out that whatever it is that you agree, you can then move ahead clear without any issues whatsoever. So it's very important that you know that we are a team. Doesn't matter who wins or who wins in this argument. It's not about that. It's about us having a clear direction of what we need to do.
Like you say that conflicts are inevitable. They will come, they will happen. But like what you say, that if you feel like this, we are not going anywhere, this is not being resolved, we are going back and forth, and even the fire is becoming hotter and hotter and hotter, we might end up saying things that we are going to regret. Go to your separate corners. Say, baby, I think now we should stop here and we'll talk about this later. Let's give time to think about it. Okay, we will pick it up later. Giving yourself that break, giving yourself that time to just think about it and sort of have a self introspection and analyze and say things without talking to each other. It will allow you to think better, and it will allow you not to say things that you might regret. So when you feel like this argument is heated too much, we are saying things that we might end up regretting, just go to your separate corners. Yeah, just go to your separate corners and say, okay, baby, time out.
Yeah. I listed here some few items that I noted that, these are some of the issues that will cause conflict to arise.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll just read some of them here. So the first one, I think we've already spoken about it, which is different in backgrounds. Where you were talking that about, I was raised in a different church. He was raised in a different church. So that difference, where you grew up and where I grew up is completely different.
Exactly.
So that one can cause conflict already before you start anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Then different expectations.
Yeah.
You came like maybe into this marriage, you're expecting something different, or maybe you thought Izzy was so rich before you came to my house. Then when you are there, you see, oh, it's not like what you expected. It's exactly different. That expectation can actually affect you. Or that expectation, or maybe you came in, you think, oh, maybe our sexual life will be like the best. Then you come in there, it's not like what you were expecting. That can cause conflict.
Whilst you are still there, as in expectations.
Yeah.
It's very important to be clear with your partner, to communicate with your partner. Because for someone to expect something, maybe it's because of what they were told, what they were promises, the image that they were shown. Maybe they were dating. The image that you show me will give my mind to accept a certain things, a certain lifestyle. So it's very important when you are dating or when you're going out with someone to make sure that everything is clear. You communicate. Don't try to live a life of a lie just because you're trying to impress a girl or you're trying to impress your partner. And then when you get home, when you're married, you are a different person altogether. Just be truthful. I remember with you, we used to go and eat sadza and mazondo, and sometimes we go to a nice place or whatever. Our life was just simple. What you see is what you get. This is Israel. This is Vongai. So when someone expects something, I think it's because of what the picture that you have showed them. You have shown them. Because, things that you have said to them, promises that you have said to them, and then when you tell them, as soon as we get married, you're going to buy our own house. I have some savings, or I'm going to buy you a car, or whatever. Or I'm going to send you to school, whatever. Listing promises, and then we get into the house. It's all different altogether.
It's different.
So it's very important to be honest when you're dating, or even in a marriage. Don't make promises that you cannot keep. Because the more you promise, the more you say things, and then you don't do them. That will result in conflict. Because I'll be like, no, you promised me this. You said you're going to do this. Why is it not happening? So sometimes expectations are from what the other partner has promised. Or the picture that they have painted, which is a wrong one, which will result in someone expecting certain things.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Vongai. Then the next one that I have is communication styles. I think you already touched on that one, when you're saying, if I will just come to you and just say, we are doing this, and no communication, no sharing ideas.
Exactly.
Saying, maybe this is an idea that I have.
Exactly.
If we do it like this, probably it's gonna help us this way. So the way you communicate with your partner will actually probably lead to conflict or will avoid conflict. So you have to be very careful with what you say and how you say it. Even if it's a good thing,
how you say
it will probably make it a bad thing.
Because like I was saying that, let's say maybe, especially things that have got to do with finances and big decision making and big changes, just tell yourself that, okay, now I'm talking to a business partner. I'm presenting a case, I'm presenting a proposal to a business partner. How would I say it? Because this is about money. You're probably talking about a lot of money. Let's invest in this business or whatever. Don't come to me talking down to me or saying we are involved in this thing. You're saying you're going to take £2,000 or £1 million or £100,000 and you want to put it into something, and then you come to me and just tell me that I'm withdrawing this money. Present it as a business idea. Even do it like a proper presentation. Okay, baby, I'm here. So I have this idea. That way already, the way you brought it about, the way you say it, the way you make me feel involved, like we're at the same level, we understand each other, the way you bring it to me, okay, baby, this is an idea that I found. What do you think? The moment you say, what do you think? Or I'm thinking of this. I'm involved. I'm part of it. I want to be involved. I want to come, you to say more.
already want it to
exactly.
succeed.
I want it to succeed because you have involved me.
Yeah,
You said
yeah.
this is for us. You have said my name, you have asked for my input. So whenever you want to bring something to your partner, make it proper, make it official, make it clear so that they can understand and accept it. But the way you want to force it on them and you already made the decision, you are coming already, everything has been finalized, you probably already signed papers and everything. They'll be like, you cannot do that. It's not happening. And then you'll be like, Vongai doesn't want to see us prosper. Hey, she's always cutting me down. She's always refusing my ideas. How do you present those ideas? How do you take them to your wife, to your husband? How do you say them?
Yeah.
How are you putting it across? Are you making them feel like a partner? Are you involving them? Are you making feel them like you are a team, we are doing this together? So how you present it, the kind of communication that you use, the tone that you use is very important to minimize conflicts and to minimize, to combat differences.
Yep. Thank you so much for that. Then the next one that I have here is that stress or external pressures.
Yeah.
And I think we touched on it the other day to say that you need to communicate as a couple. Because if I don't understand the pressure that you have and the stress that you have, probably even if I say something to you, it will end up in a conflict. We'll end up having a challenge. We'll end up fighting for something.
Yeah, exactly.
Because one, it's like I don't know what you're going through, or because you haven't told me, or I know about it, but it's like I don't care about it. So as a result, you end up fighting for that. So you need to understand, or maybe find a way to always communicate amongst the two of you to find out, baby, I'm having this situation at school, at work, or in the business, we're having this challenge. That way, if you communicate, bring it out there, it will help you, to avoid unnecessary conflict. Because if someone feels like I'm not being listened to, or you don't care about how I feel, already that's a challenge.
So you see, I've experienced working in an office, behind a desk, spending maybe from 8 to 4, whatever, behind a desk sitting, talking to people, doing things, reports and stuff and whatever. I've also experienced working physical labor, like using my energy and everything. I've experienced that. When I used to work in an office, my when I get home, I'll be like, I'm so tired, I'm exhausted. And then my maid will be like, why are you tired? You just sit there in your office. You don't do anything. How are you tired? By just sitting. So it's very important for you not to belittle, to understand your partner. You might be doing manual labor, working from 6 to 10, whatever. Your partner might be doing 9 to 4. And you'll be like, no, your job is easier. Your life is easier. No. Try to understand them. Accept that, no, their work is different. Maybe you might feel like they're not doing much or whatever. But for them, it's hard. It's hard to just sit there in the office and press or be on the computer doing everything, doing whatever. So try to understand where they're coming from. Don't be saying, no, mine is harder. Don't compare your lives. Don't try to put it on the scale and say, mine is harder or yours is simpler, whatever. No. We are talking about Israel right now. He's 9 to 4. Okay, baby, how is your 9 to 4? How are you managing? Are you okay? Is everything okay? How are you doing it? And then we go to Vongai. Okay, Vongai, how is your 6 to 10? How are you managing? Are you okay? Stop comparing. Like, I remember this joke. In a group, they were saying that it is raining here. There's a lot of rain. It's very hard. It's raining. And then the other person was like, it's very hot here. And then the other person was like, is it a competition? I'm trying to tell you about my problem that it's raining here, and now you're saying, no, this side it's hot. No, I brought you my problem. It's raining. So let's talk about me and my rain. And then after we talk about me and my rain, maybe I need help, maybe I need an umbrella, maybe I need something. Let's talk about my rain. When we finish about my rain, then if I ask you about your weather, and then if there's time for you to tell me about your weather and your own problem, then we talk about that. But the moment you start comparing problems and comparing jobs, yours is easier, yours is harder, this and that, conflicts arise.
Yeah.
And then you
Because
won't
one thing
understand
also
or
that
help each other.
One thing I want to add on to that, like what you said, is that I've noticed it happens, I think, with many people. It's just like a reflex that happens to say, if someone comes and tells you something, you immediately want to respond with something
With your
of
own.
that, or with your own. So as couples, this is something that you should avoid as much as possible.
Yeah.
If your partner comes and say, baby, I'm not feeling well,
Yeah,
I'm having a headache. That's not the time for you to say, oh, I was having a headache
I've had
also
a worse one.
yesterday.
You tell mine was worse.
Mine was even, or mine is worse. Or, I am having, this back pain.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah.
It's time for you to just
Focus
listen.
on them.
Okay, baby, how are you feeling?
Exactly.
Oh, so what can we do?
Yes.
Do you need any painkillers?
Yeah,
Do you need us to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Focus on them. Then fix that sort of situation that is going on. Find a solution to that headache or whatever it is they're feeling. Before you even talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Then after some time you can baby, when you mentioned that you're not feeling well, I actually wanted to tell you that I actually have this bad headache, or I'm having this back pain.
Exactly.
Then because if you say it immediately when your partner is saying it, it's like you are crushing them.
Exactly.
You are
Exactly.
like saying it's not important because I'm also having similar situation.
I wanted to say that, for example, you and me, I have more words. I say more things.
Yeah.
I can speak.
Yeah.
And you say less words. Imagine you bring me your problem, and then I start feeding you mine and everything. Yours will be sidelined. You will not be helped because I'll keep on speaking about my day and my everything, and you are suffering inside. You probably need actually immediate attention. You need help, but the fact that I start speaking about my own issues and everything, and yours will be crushed and you will be sidelined.
I'll just end up too quiet.
Exactly.
And then say,
exactly.
Then you find out that person next time they will not even tell you.
They won't even tell you. Probably that's why they start trying to find someone to talk to, someone to listen to, because you are not being listened to.
When I bring my situation,
you don't listen.
You want to tell
bring
me
yours.
Situation.
Exactly. You're always comparing me with you. I tell you I'm suffering, I have a problem. You say, mine is even worse. Try to give your partner time. Okay, baby. Oh, so how was it? How did it go? Everything. Oh, and show that you're actually properly listening. Not in a way of saying that I'm just waiting for him to finish so that I can tell him about my story. Let him tell you his problem. Talk about it. Finish. Close the chapter. Probably talk about something else, whatever. And then you bring your own. Oh, baby, so today I kind of had a little bit of a headache. Oh, my back has been painful. It's not like you're competing like I'm waiting for him. Like the children, when a daughter comes and say, I want money for this trip, whatever. And I'll be waiting. I want this money for that or that. So as partners, you're not supposed to compete or wait that, okay, on the podcast, they say that I should listen to his problem. And then after I listen, I can then tell him mine. Oh, okay, that's what happened. Okay, it's finished. Oh, so mine now. Proper listening. Paying attention, putting your heart, your soul, your everything, your eyes, your body there to listen, to give your partner time. Okay, baby, I'm here. Talk to me. How was your
think
day?
For us, I think the biggest problem, especially for us men, we need to adjust on that one, especially in terms of listening. I find it difficult for me, for myself sometimes, just to concentrate and listen to what you are saying. So sometimes I can probably miss some of the things that you are saying because I don't know, it's because maybe I'm not a good listener, or sometimes it's too much words like you're saying, but it's something that you need to learn as a husband or as a as a guy, to say, okay, take your time, listen, remove any distractions.
Exactly. I wanted to
remove
say
your
about,
phone
I wanted
there,
to say
remove
that,
everything that you are doing. You say, baby, okay, what you're saying, concentrate like from to get to hear what she's saying, so that you can then also respond to whatever it is that she's talking about.
Because it's very important to give the full attention, full focus. Because men, they've got this thing that when they say that, we can multitask. I can read the newspaper and answer my phone and watch the tele and respond to you at the same time. No. You can multitask when you're watching The Walking Dead and then you read the newspaper and use your phone at the same time. When you're watching The Walking Dead, you give full attention. But when it's me now, you want to multitask. You want to be doing your report on your laptop, and whilst I'm talking to you, I'm giving you my problems and everything, and you're telling me you can multitask. So it's very important to say, okay, baby, let me finish this report. When I'm done with this report, and then we can talk. When I'm done with this, let me just respond to this email. When I'm done, no, I can multitask. I can hear you. You might be hearing me, really. You can actually be hearing me and responding, whatever. But the moment that you start pressing your phone and I'm talking, already it's different. It's difficult. I'm already hurt. I feel like I'm a second class whatever citizen. I'm not that important to you. You are on your phone or you're reading the paper. No. Full attention.
Yeah.
Give each other full attention. And that way, it will minimize conflicts. It will minimize fights. Just proper time, proper attention, full time. Just making sure that you actually listen to your partner. It will minimize conflicts.
Yeah. It's very, very important. So I think we've done a lot of justice to this topic about conflict. So one thing like that is very important is to be always open to discuss with your partner. Be all open-minded. Don't always think like what it is that you know is like what goes everywhere. Is like cast on stone. Be open-minded. Be able to adjust your thinking. If your husband or your wife comes with a different, solution, even to how you prepare your chicken, for example, there's nothing wrong with trying that new recipe that you get. You can tell maybe your partner, say, no, I've always cooked chicken like this.
Exactly.
We need to cook it like this.
No.
You can actually
it becomes
change.
boring. Yeah.
And that way you avoid unnecessary conflicts.
Exactly.
Because the moment you are rigid and you don't want to move, you don't want to change anything, you find out you just be fighting
more
every
conflicts.
day.
Yeah,
because
more conflicts.
it's like you think what you know is always
exactly. You're always right.
No, my mom told me this way. So you are a different person.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe what your mom told you was because she was living in that different generation. Now you are completely different.
And I'm not your mom.
Yes.
I'm a different person. I'm your wife. My views, the way I think, the way I was raised, my background and your mom's background are totally different. So you cannot be comparing me to your mom or saying, my mom said things must be done this way. It's okay to bring, but I once heard mom saying that if you add this ingredient to chicken, it tastes good. You can try it if you want. But the moment you tell me that, no, my mom doesn't cook chicken like this, I'm not eating this, cook this chicken this way, my mom cooked this. No. That way you have ruined it. So how you bring it, how you say it, it will minimize a lot of conflicts. So it's very important in closing to say that we are different. Accept that you are different. And minimize your expectations and your promises must not be too much, especially when you're dating. Make sure that when you promise, when you say things, there are things that you can actually reach, that you can actually do. And also as a woman, also as a partner, dating, whatever, minimize your expectations. And don't be someone who always wants to take in a relationship. Maybe you are dating, whatever. That will cause conflicts. You want things to happen your way. You want things to be given to you. You want things to be done for you. Everything's about you. Conflicts. So it's very important to make sure that you balance. You understand that we are different. We're different, have different interests, be it in things that we want to do in life. Someone wants to buy a Lamborghini first before they build a house. Tell me why you think it's important to build a house first before buying a Lamborghini. Tell me why you think it's okay. Like, you're a fool. Are we going to stay in a car? Are we going to live in a Lamborghini? What's that? The moment you tell your husband that he's a fool for wanting a Lamborghini, he's going to buy 2 Lamborghinis whilst you are renting, whilst you don't have anywhere to stay. So it's very important to help your partner understand. I'm thinking if we do it this way, it will help us A, B, C, D. I understand your idea. I understand where you are coming from. I know a car is important. We need to do school runs. It will help us so. We can actually do Uber. We can do business. But it's important for us to have somewhere to stay. And then we can cut costs on rents and everything and whatnot. So the way you say it, the way you bring it, don't shut down your partner. Don't judge them. Don't say, no, it's because of your mother, the way your mother raised you, that's why you are like that. It's because in your family, you have never had a car, you have never had a house, that's why you... No. Don't be insulting each other. Or, yeah, it might have happened in my family that there's nothing like that, or it didn't happen, or no one graduated or whatever. But don't insult me with that. That raises conflicts. Don't do that. Let's talk about it. Help me understand where you are coming from, why you want us to do things the way you want, without insulting me, without belittling me, without making me feel like a fool, or making me feel so small. Why do you think that's okay?
Yeah.
Why do you want to do that? Why? Tell me, help me understand. It might be foolish. Yes. It might really doesn't not make sense to you to say, I want to change a car, I want to do whatever. It doesn't make sense, but I have my own reasons for why I want things to be done this way. Understand, try to understand. If you put it right, if you say it the right way, I'll be able to accept what you are saying, where you are coming from. And then we resolved what? We have resolved what? Conflicts and minimize them.
Thank you. So, what we need to understand is conflict is inevitable.
Yeah.
In any relationship that you might have, conflicts are inevitable.
Business.
And one thing that I would like to share with you is conflicts are not always bad.
Exactly.
Conflicts are actually something that is actually good.
Exactly.
Because one thing that happens after a conflict is both of you learn something
from each other about
from
each other.
About each other.
Yes.
So it's always what's very important, no matter whenever you face a conflict, is how you are going to respond to that conflict.
Exactly.
How you are going to solve it. How you are going to find common ground between the two of you. So it's very, very, very important. Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to have a partner, be it a girlfriend, a husband, or a wife, who agrees with everything they say.
Yeah,
that's weird. That's not a relationship.
You don't need a yes man.
It's not proper. It's not a right relationship. It's okay to challenge each other, the way you think, the way you view things, your views, but in a healthy way, in a proper way. But if you come here, baby, we're going to do that. Okay, baby, we are going. Okay, everything you're saying. Okay, without questioning, without trying to understand, without trying to ask why, whatever. That's a boring relationship. You need someone who challenges you in a relationship, who picks your brain, who tries, okay, baby, why are you saying that? Probably I'm okay with your idea. I know where you're coming. It's okay for us to start that business. So why are we doing it? Why do we have to? I just want to hear the excitement. Why you want us to hear you say it. So it's very important to have healthy arguments, to have healthy, constructive arguments, and to have healthy conflicts, to understand, try to understand each other. Don't be a yes person. I don't want conflict in my house. We don't fight in our house, whatever.
Yeah, and you also as a partner or as a wife or as a husband, you need to make it easy for your partner to be able to bring these issues to you.
Yes.
Because the moment they know that when they bring something to you, probably you crush it, or probably you say something too negative about it, you need to understand, or you need to learn to do like a constructive criticism kind of thing, where you are able to actively, criticize something, but while at least you are doing it constructively. So if you then are in that position, you find out that your partner will always bring situations to you. Okay, baby, what do you think about this? Then you give your opinion. Then they bring, what do you think about this? But if you always crush them when they bring something already, they will just say, oh, do I take it to my wife? Not today. Or do I take it to my husband? Not today. Because they know immediately when they come to you, you're going to probably crush them. So they'll think,
So, and also the other thing also that is very important is to allow each other to have me time. To have some kind of personal space. Like I was saying that I ended up not watching The Walking Dead. He watched it by himself. It's important for him to have his personal space. For him to, imagine that I would say that I cannot watch The Walking Dead. I'm scared of it. But he wants to watch it. He enjoys it. And then I don't give him that space, that I allow him to say, okay, baby, you can watch it. I can go to my room. I can do other things. I can have other activities. Maybe we don't have an extra television, but I can do other things in my own space, or maybe when I'm not there, whatever. So it's very important for me to be able to do things that I enjoy doing without my partner. I'm not saying go to Barbados by yourself or do big things or whatever. No, not things like that. But that small personal space, to just give you that space to have your phone to your phone, to read a newspaper, to watch your movie, whatever. It's important for me, for you to have that space. It also minimizes conflicts to be able to have, and it minimizes you going out there. I'm going to the club to watch soccer with boys. It's okay to go watch boys, but not because I am not allowing you to do it in the house, not because you don't have that capacity or that space to be able to watch a movie, just one movie or soccer, which is 90 minutes. I won't allow you to just have the television for 90 minutes to watch soccer or to watch a movie, to watch 2 episodes or whatever, just because I'm saying I'm too rigid or whatever. So that personal space, it minimizes conflicts as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think we did justice. Do you want to say anything else before we close?
No, I'm all right.
Thank you so much, guys. I think someone has been helped with what we've discussed today about conflict, about differences, about how to manage them. So it's always a good time that we come through to you each and every time. Thank you so much even for taking your time to listen to us, to watch this. If you haven't already subscribed, please just hit the subscribe button and share this with your friends out there, because it will help us and motivate us. The moment you see, we've increased our subscription, we've increased our views, it motivates us to keep on doing this, doing more of this. And I think, like Vongai, you were saying, we're going to be having more visitors, more couples coming in, to discuss, their
ways of conflict resolution,
how they manage conflict, how they manage their relationships, many things that I believe, that we believe will actually help you guys out there as different couples, because you find out that we can bring someone, they can share their testimony, and that testimony can actually help you to see we actually were having this situation.
Exactly.
But if they manage to solve it that way, we can do it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.